Hey, Landria here, founder of DigitalExplorers.net. We're creating planet conscious businesses. I've got a good story for you today. Chances are pretty good that you can relate to this. And I really want you to think good and hard about this because you might be doing this maybe frequently throughout your life. You know, when you get a little bit older, you get a few what we consider failures along the way, which those of us who are in the entrepreneurial world understand that that's actually never the case. It's just that I made a mistake and I'm going to learn from it and I'm going to get better. And without those mistakes, they're not really failures, those learning experiences, we don't make changes in our lives. And sometimes they're big mistakes and you have to make big changes if you choose. I'm going to tell you a really cool story and maybe it'll get you to think about some things you're doing right now that could be detrimental to your success. Let's go. Welcome to DigitalExplorers.net, my YouTube channel. You might be seeing this on my email, on my channel. Either way, I've got a really cool story. So I have a friend, David. I've known David for 20 years. David was an extremely successful attorney. He had a beautiful home, and he was dating Julie. I met Julie many years ago. Julie was lovely. She was an attorney at the firm. They were both super successful and got along beautifully. They had been dating for over a decade. Julie had never been married and didn't have any kids. And Julie's dream was to get married to David and just make it official, move into the house and help with the kids, which they were grown by then anyways. Now David is an interesting character. He had been married, I think it was 3 times, and not successfully. When he finally met Julie, who was the ideal partner for him, he decided he was never going to get married again. Julie really wanted that, and so whether you think, well, they didn't really need to get married or not, it was important to her. And so they were practically living like a married couple anyways. Something super important to Julie that he refused to do because his past experiences and choices had not been good ones. But he made a great choice with Julie, but he decided he wasn't going to get married. Well, David got brain cancer, and it was pretty bad. And he actually got sick, and within, I'd say it was about a year, David was not going to make it. David decided that he was going to marry Julie, and by the time he did, he was unrecognizable. They had a small little ceremony at his home. Her dream was to have this beautiful ceremony in a barn, out with the horses and have a bunch of people and dancing, and that didn't happen because he was barely able to even stand up. It was sort of a sad day, not a happy one. He decided to marry her because he realized at the end of his life that it just didn't even make sense anymore not to. So he married her. And in some ways, all it did was assure that she got his estate and that she took care of everything properly. Do you see the point of this story? This is what many of us do. We've had so many bad experiences. When the right one comes along, we often don't take it because, well, that didn't work and that didn't work. And when you finally get the thing that could work, that's the one that you walk away from. You're allowing your past to dictate the success of your future. You have to assess everything as a standalone individual opportunity if you truly want to make a decision. And you might have those pangs in your gut that say, oh, I've done this before. I've had online businesses or whatever else you're doing. You might be watching this because that's what you're looking to do is create an online business. I've tried these programs. I've spent a lot of money. I can't spend more. So what's the alternative? What's the alternative? So you stay where you are. And then Julie never gets her dream wedding. And you finally do it when there is nothing else left. And you ask yourself, why did I wait? What was it I was afraid of? He'd already been married 3 times. What would be so bad about the 4th anyways? But we're so afraid to step forward based on fears from our past. Don't let that be you. And I know it's tough. I do the same thing. I'm like, wait a minute. I've been down this road before, but all I do now is I take that and say, how is this different from that? And now I'm smarter, so I know what to look for and make better decisions about that thing. For me, as an online business, it's like, okay, nothing wrong with online businesses, but wait a second. That formula doesn't work, but I know online businesses can. Why do they mostly fail? Well, because people are making those decisions about things coming in and not having any idea how to make a decision. Once you get knowledgeable, you can find your Julie and have that big wedding. So the three before, they weren't anything like Julie. What are you doing in your life right now that could be self-sabotaging because you're afraid? We can't keep living our lives in fear. If you do that, you're going to miss out on so many opportunities in a world that you never knew existed unless you stepped past that fear. I have a course called Breakthrough Fear. We don't eliminate it. We break past it. We feel it, but we move past it. If you allow it to control you, you will never expand into what could be amazing for you. Are you not marrying your Julie? Maybe it's time. Thanks for listening. And if you haven't seen my free webinar about how people achieve success online, the 5 steps, required steps for success online, you can get that in the description, either in your email or here on my YouTube channel. Find out what they are. If you're missing even one of them, you won't have a sustainable business online. Thanks for listening. I'll see you in the next video.